The woman who is overburdened, who has been spending so much time with the care of others. This video is for you. The burnout recovery for the woman who is tired of pretending she's fine. My name's Karissa Dean. I'm so excited to be here to speak with you today about acknowledging your desire to no longer feel overburdened and undervalued. In today's video, I'm going to offer 3 steps to burnout recovery. These steps are going to be small, actionable, and they're going to be things that you can bring into your day-to-day life to help you draw awareness and start to feel better about who you are, who you're becoming, and cultivate new awareness, new boundaries. So for the woman who is totally burnt out, ready to recover, ready to acknowledge their burnout, this video is for you. Before we get too far into our video, I do want to let you know, if you press the link, you will find a somatic healing, a breath, a moment, and this is something I've created. It is a somatic reset for you, for your nervous system, and it's something you can download and carry with you. So make sure that you drop it in the description. It will say Somatic Reset. It's for you. It's my gift. And I hope that you take a moment to download that and keep it in your back pocket, because it's something that you can access in the moment when you need the support. So for the woman who's ready to acknowledge, this is the first step. Just becoming aware that you are feeling the way that you're feeling, and notice what you notice and decide, I don't want to feel this way anymore, and I'm ready to feel differently in my body, in my business, in my relationships, in my life. So the first step is to acknowledge I'm burnt out and I'm tired of not acknowledging my pain, and I'm ready to draw awareness. So the first thing is you're just going to start to pay attention. You're just going to start to notice where your tipping point is. And we all have this tipping point. And let me tell you, like, I still hit it. But what we want to do is we want to say, hey, I'm feeling the burnout, and I'm ready to acknowledge the burnout. I'm ready to draw awareness. And you're just going to start to pay attention. What are the behaviors? What are the habits? What are the situations? What are the activities? What are the people? What are the places that really push me over the edge? And what are the things that lead up to that edge? When we know where our edge is, when we can start to feel it, to sense it in the body, and we can acknowledge, hey, I'm hitting my tipping point, right? Yesterday I had this insanely busy day, and it was just like one thing after the next, and I started to feel my burnout. I started to feel my edge, and while I couldn't necessarily in the moment stop everything, what happened was I was aware, and I was able to acknowledge, okay, I'm hitting this point, right? My tipping point is coming. Like, the moment of explosion is one incident away. And when you can become aware of that, you can add compassion to yourself. But even further, this is the first step, is you can acknowledge it within you, right? So within me, I was like, I'm reaching my edge. I'm reaching my tipping point. But then I was able to speak up for myself and say to my daughter and to the people around me and be like, hey, I'm like super exhausted. Like, I'm hitting my wall. And what happened was so beautiful, because I've done this practice for a while now. My daughter suddenly was like, what can I do to help? Like, let me refill your water. Mama, go change your clothes. Like, go get comfy. Like, let me get our dinner, and like, let me plate the food, and let me bring it to the table. Like, let me step in and support you. So when you start to acknowledge and draw awareness, and you start to honor it within yourself, and you claim it, and you say, okay, I'm reaching my tipping point, I'm reaching my edge. And then you say it, right? You take it from the internal, you bring it up to your throat, and you start to speak it, and you share it, and you let people around you know, like, hey, I'm reaching my burnout, like I'm exhausted, then potentially the hope here is that your community, your people around you will start to step in to support you. And it doesn't happen overnight. This is something that you need to practice. And the first step is notice where it's happening within you. And now what I can do today in reflection is I can be like, okay, like what went sideways? What went sideways for me? And some of it will be in your control. Some of it will not be in your control. And it's like, where can you table things? Where can you be like, okay, this is just not going to get done today, right? Like I was supposed to record this video yesterday and I was like, it's just not going to get done because I'm hitting my tipping point. So you can start to reflect and kind of like start to peel apart things that maybe you can set down and do a different day when you have a little bit more energy. So that's step number one. Step number two is the acceptance of it. I'm going to accept that I'm hitting burnout. I'm going to accept that there are things in my burnout that I can control, and there are things in my burnout that I cannot control. And I'm going to take one small step every single day to help like release the tension, right? So one thing you can do, again, go to the link in my bio or drop a comment and ask for the reset and then practice it, download it. Go do this somatic reset that I've created for you. Okay, so that's one small action you can do. You can start to journal dump, here's where I'm feeling burnout, here's where I'm feeling out of control. Take the things that are happening in the mind, the things that are percolating up in the mind, and get them out via voice, via writing, journaling, via your breath, coming in and taking one small action, even if it's not every day, maybe it's every 2 or 3 days, like start slow, baby steps here, right? Small actionable steps. I talk to my clients all the time about, healing is not linear and making change is really challenging. And when we try to do these big, drastic, like huge shifts, we overwhelm our system. So what we want to do here is we want to just be like, okay, I know that I'm in this zone. And what's one small thing I can do? Baby steps, right? You don't eat the whole elephant by one bite. You take little tiny bites. Also, please don't eat an elephant. They're magical beings. But for an example, right? You don't take this large 360 thing. Like, I know I want to live that life over there. You can't just jump there because we're in a 3D world. We're having a very human experience and we need to play part of the system that we're in. So what's one small thing you can do? You can download the somatic reset that I've already made for you and you can keep it in your back pocket so that when you feel your tipping point, you take a moment for yourself. And it's short, it's simple, you guys. Okay, so one small action, and maybe your action's different. I would love to know what action you feel resonates with you. Make sure, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. And share it with the community here as well, right? Okay, the third thing is you're gonna start to cultivate your asks, and then you're gonna aim to ask, okay? This is really hard. So for the woman who is experiencing burnout, for the woman who is no longer going to deny their burnout, who is ready to change, you're gonna have to start to ask. You're gonna have to start to use your voice to communicate because the people around you can't read your mind. So your coworkers, your partners, your spouse, your children, your parents, your siblings, like wherever you're living, whoever you're surrounded by in relationship, right? You're going to have to start to use your voice. So asking, and you have to be super clear about your aim, right? So you have an ask, right? You know deep within you have something that you need to ask for, but you have to know your aim. What's your goal after this ask? So getting clear about your ask and your aim. I think that's it for today's video. I really hope that if you're listening to this, that you will press that subscribe button because there's going to be another video that's going to support you as you are working towards your healing journey. So do me a big favor, do yourself a big favor, click subscribe, stick around because there's plenty more magic coming. And I hope that you start to acknowledge, accept, and ask. You're worthy, you're beautiful, you're amazing. I've been where you've been. I've walked in your shoes. I know how challenging it can be. Start small. Be really compassionate and kind to yourself, and be compassionate and kind to others.